In this video, I'm going to show you how I put together my handheld rig for the A7 IV and hopefully show you guys that it's not as intimidating or scary as it might seem. Honestly, when I first tried to put a rig together, I was a bit intimidated. I watched a lot of videos and they were like, fine, but I hope that this can be super short, concise, and give you what you need. So the first thing that you're going to need is a cage, which looks like this. Take your camera, your cage, you set your camera in. On the bottom here, there's a screw threads into the bottom of your camera. There's also a small little screw that is in this corner. All of my parts are from Small Rig. I think that Small Rig is pretty easy to understand and make sure you order the right things. To break it down, what I would recommend, get a side handle and a top handle. There's a couple different ways that handles will work. What I've chosen to do is to go with NATO rails. With NATO rails, they're super quick release systems. To give you an example, there's no modifications on the side of this cage. So this handle will just slide up the side of this, and then you just tighten the thumb screw on here, and boom, you have yourself a side handle. The reason I went with this handle is because I like the NATO rail and being able to convert this super fast. The other way for mounting handles onto the camera is with the screw holes. On the grip side, the right hand side of the camera, there's a bunch of screw holes here. I didn't want to deal with screws. I wanted to have the slide-on capability. Now let's talk about top handles. I did have like the cheapest top handle you can buy for a while, and I would not recommend it. Here's why. Those need to be threaded into the top screws. They're a pain to install. It was not adjustable. Once the handle was installed, you couldn't slide the top handle toward the front or toward the back. The weight distribution was totally off and just was not a fun experience to use. When I upgraded to the A7 IV, I decided to go with another NATO rail on the top. You have to buy the rail separately. The way that this works, there are two screws to mount the rail onto the cage. Those just tighten in there and stay there. Then I take my top handle, this slides right on, and then the thumb screw tightens it, and boom, you're ready to go. For the run and gun type of vibe that I do, whether that was shooting with weddings or shooting with social clients right now, I wanted to be able to convert this super duper fast. The other thing that you'll want to consider when start ordering the parts for your rig is where you're gonna mount your accessories. I wanted to be able to mount my monitor onto the rig. I ended up going with another quick release system. This bad boy right here from Small Rig. You'll thread this into your monitor, and I leave this on so it's ready to go. And on the top handle that I've gone with, there are cold shoes on either end of the handle. When I want to put the monitor on, so this will just slide right on, tighten the ring. You can take your Allen wrench and tighten that on. With this particular top handle, there is a spot to store your Allen. Now the screen can tilt up and down, twist left and right. Having a quick and easy setup was very important to me. Okay, so I want to talk to you about mounting points and what to look out for when buying your handles. This side handle, there are two screws in here that let you adjust the height of the handle. If you want this handle up higher, down lower, you can adjust that. This handle also has a cold shoe and three screw holes where you can attach whatever other accessories you have. This top handle has more screw holes to really count, so just factor in what you might want to mount on there. There are two cold shoe mounts and then one RA mount here on the back, which could technically be the front. You can switch this around however you'd like. And then there are two screw holes on the top handle here, which lets you adjust where this handle sits. Once it's mounted onto the cage, you can slide this handle forward or backward within the rig, which to me, that's the most important part of the top handle, so that way you can get the balance right. So from start to finish, using NATO rails, this is how quick you can get your rig set up. boom, it's done. The last thing that I'd add to this is the microphone. I'm using it on the camera right now. Well, that mounts onto the cold shoe here too. This bad boy is ready to go. When you're looking at building your first rig, really what's most important is figuring out where you want to mount things, then determining if you want it to mount quickly or if you're okay with taking the time to screw in all the screws. Yeah, just picking what's ergonomic for you. This is by no means anything crazy. I don't really have a need to put rails underneath or go with a V-mount battery. This is what I need it to be. So let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I'm happy to help. Have fun looking at your stuff. I'll link in the description all the parts that I used for this particular build, and you can see if that works for you. But yeah, those are my tips for people looking to put together their first rig. Catch you in the next one.